All right, I think I'm alive, guys. Happy new moon in Aries to everyone. I'm waiting for people to join the chat or, the live stream basically. So I'm just going to set things up over here. All right, I think it's working. All right, so I am going to do a collective new moon in Aries pick a card reading for everyone. So if you're watching this afterwards, then you can fast forward towards the pick a card reading. I'm also going to offer personal readings as I always do during my live session because that's one of my favorite things to do actually. So if you want a personal reading during this live stream, then the information is in the description box and the link as well. And I'll put your name on the list. And after I finish the pick a card reading for everyone, I'm going to go on with the personal readings. Yes, sorry. All right, I'm just gonna put this in here. Hopefully it works. Okay. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See some people are joining in on the live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you doing? I've got to put on the rain sounds. Are you guys feeling the new moon energy in Aries? I'm just waiting for people to come into the chat. You know, it's the weirdest thing this morning. We had this interesting energy. Like we had like this really nice weather all of a sudden, like for weeks. We had sun, and at one point it started to get warmer and everything, which is quite rare for March where I live. But enjoying it, embracing it, and then this morning I woke up and it was snow. And it hasn't snowed the entire season. Like the last time there was some snow was like maybe January 2021, I think. And it was like first time in a long time. So this morning it was like sort of an April Fool's joke, I guess, the universe. And we had snow this morning, which was so rare, so interesting. But at the same time, I really felt that, yeah, it's typical new moon and Aries energy. It's just going against, the streams, just trying out something else, surprising factors and things like that. Super cardinal energy. So that was very interesting to wake up with. There's still a little bit left, but most of it, the sun already has so much more power again. So yeah, it kind of melted it all away. But sometimes things do stick a little bit longer, Okay, so I'm going to put the tea aside because it's still quite hot. And I'm going to shuffle. Of course, I'm going to use the Moonology deck for this new moon reading. Let's see what it will bring us. I kind of have to double check on something because I like to add, I think it's here. Here we go. I want the textbook to come with it. Let's see. If you have any sort of questions, you can also leave your sun sign in the chat if you want me to clarify in which house the new moon falls for you. I'm just going to shuffle and see if we can get some cards out on the table. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to create 3 groups today. You guys are so silent today. I am not getting any text in. It's okay, don't be shy. Alright, I'm shuffling people who are just tuning in. I'm shuffling for the pick a card reading for this new moon in Aries. That is a flip over, which we're not going to use, but I'm going to start shuffling. Here we go. We got 2 with that one. There we go. For the new people who just tuned in, happy new moon in Aries, happy April. Hope you all are doing well. I am not going to... I'm hearing like April Fools, April Fools. No, it's not an April Fools right now. Alright, I'm going to add 1 tarot card to this because it's okay to use the tarot as well. Okay. Alright, take a moment. If you need a little bit longer, you can pause the readings, just tune in and see what this new moon in Aries has for you. This is a message the moon is sending to you. If not, you can, choose one of the decks. Like I said, if you need more time, take your time. We're not in a rush. Even if you're watching this live, you can pause the reading as well. It's weird because for some reason it doesn't seem to work right now. Okay, yes. It's working. Alright, I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna start with the pick a card reading. Don't be shy if you want to leave a comment in the chat. That never happened before, but I love it at the same time. Everybody's sort of retreating with this energy, which is fine. Just tune in. Let's do this pick a card reading. Alright, first group. I'm just going to put it down a little bit. Alright, so you guys have the North Node. Step outside your comfort zone. And if there's one thing that Aries sometimes just has to do is get outside their comfort zone and just go and vent like the fool's journey onto, an unknown territory basically. So get outside your comfort zone. The North Node is where we're supposed to move towards, not where we have been, what we've known, what we feel comfortable with, but kind of where we kind of feel guided to go towards, but at the same time feel like we should hold back a little bit. It came with experiencing grace with Paul de Venetian. Sorry. It says, share your gifts with grace. Wave of inspirations and love are coming to you. Beautiful. That's definitely that North Node energy. Look how beautiful these colors go together as well. You know, it's that spiritual journey, those downloads, moving towards the things that spiritually, emotionally fulfill you, give you a sense of purpose, give you a sense of fulfillment. It says, if you believe, with the beautiful world card. So I'm definitely sensing that this new beginning with this new moon in Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, is giving you a push to go towards the thing that you know you kind of want to move towards, but also feel a little bit, you know, in between about. Some of you might feel you have been on this crossroads for quite some time, and I'm sensing that it's coming to a close. But it's not just because this new moon energy is coming in, but it's just, you know, an end of a chapter is coming in and a new one is beginning with the world card as well. And it said, if you believe that you're being guided, if you believe that this is what you feel guided towards, and this is what your heart is telling you to go towards, then follow it. You know, it's really is trusting in your own intuitive energy, trusting in your own divine wisdom, and following it out from there. But it's important to believe in yourself. Because a lot of times when it comes to moving towards a north node, our south node is the opposite of that. And it's kind of, you know, tells you things to stay inside your comfort zone, to stay where you are and where you have been. I will pick up some additional messages from this card as well, from the book for you guys. Let me see. North Node. Here we go. 116. Here we go. They say, you are headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. This is a very Scorpio book. Okay, it's like a deck with very Scorpio. It's like very like something just comes a little bit rough and around the edges, but definitely powerful messages at the same time. I only use them during the moon. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet and you got this. Okay, so you got this. Be that confident self. Trust and believe in your own abilities, that you can do this, that you are not codependent on anyone's permission to do this, to try this out. Because if you feel that you should do this, then go for it. And I'm sensing it also has to do with a level of permission that you are seeking from someone. I'm sensing like from the past, and that kind of have become a pattern. It's not necessarily about the person anymore, but I feel like that's where the pattern begins, and you're healing and working through those patterns right now at this time. So it's very powerful. It's like share your gifts with grace, because when it comes to moving towards your north node, it's the true essence. It's things that you surprise yourself that you can actually do and pick up on, because it's connected to where you're supposed to go. And once you're moving in the right direction, you start developing and understanding yourself better, and also your gifts and skills that come with that. But if you're trying to use them for your south node journey, trying to stay in the comfort zone, basically, you won't really develop those gifts or discover them about yourself. Okay, let's move into group number 2. You have the full moon in Aquarius. Full moon in Aquarius. Hi Yvonne, thank you for tuning in. I'm so glad that I now know that the chat is actually working, because everybody was just a little bit silent, which is fine, but at least it's working. Okay, great. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Okay, so they say with the full moon in Aquarius, they say show the world the real you. Show the world the real you. Beautiful. Okay, it came with Archangel Michael. It's one of my favorite angels, actually. I work with it on a daily basis. And they say, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Wow, that's so powerful. They say, not the right time, and then it comes with justice. Okay, so I'm sensing there was some questions around why something hasn't manifested yet. Maybe you've lost a little bit faith. And And maybe you felt like a lot of resistance from the people around you or the world in the grander scale about coming out as your true self. You might felt like you took a couple steps forward and you took a lot more backwards, but it's just a matter of perception because it feels that way. But I'm sensing that there's a lot of divine timing and a lot of divine guidance when it comes to things working out, and it's definitely going to work out in your favor because you have the Justice card as well and Archangel Michael as well. It's like trust in heaven, trust that divine timing will play out, trust that you will get the things that you worked for, and you know that the right things will come to you. You know, the things that you might felt were injustice, because there's a lot of like unjust energy. Aquarius is one of those signs where they just can't handle injustice, like, you know, things happening to people that don't deserve it, or things going the way to people that don't deserve it, basically, you know, and vice versa. So trust, it's not the right time for you to maybe see everything that, you know, is playing out behind the scenes, but it doesn't mean that it's not working, doesn't mean it's not coming to you, and doesn't mean that it is working behind the scenes. So things will show in divine timing, in the right timing. You have to understand that you are safe, you're being protected, and also by this thing coming in a little bit later is also a form of protecting you from something else. So all right, I'm gonna pick up the book once again for that message. Let me see. I'm just gonna use the index. Full moon in Aquarius, 88. Here we go. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. Beautiful. You are too much in your head. Get inside your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. Once again, justice. It's going to take an unexpected turn. Surrender your concerns and allow miracle to occur. That's getting outside your head, overthinking, coming up with solution, not seeing the out way, you know, the way out, basically. Go into your heart, faith, peace, trust, and surrender comes from there, and that's where the things will happen for you and take a very unexpected turn in a positive way. But you got to focus on the beauty and romance of life, that is enjoying a walk outside while spring is flourishing, and you know, all these beautiful little cherry blossom tree who are actually thriving again, which is so beautiful. And those are little things. Just focus on the little things around you that just, you know, are all around you and just are there to enjoy, to take in, basically. And the more you focus on that energy, the quicker justice comes in and puts things right, because it will be put right. That's what I'm feeling. Right. Oh, hi, Leah. Thank you. You always miss them. Well, you know, today was the day you were supposed to join. So thank you so much for sending me that message. And Yvonne, of course, you can have a reading. You know the drill. It works the same way. So definitely I have space for you on the list for tonight. All right, let's move on to the third group, which is the last group for this reading. You have the Two of Swords. Once again, come back and forth. Yes, says the Angel Answer card. Let me see. Joan of Arc is here, and it came with a cardinal moon, and it definitely is a cardinal moon. It's a new moon in Aries right now. It says, be bold and make the first move. Be bold and make the first move. And it says yes. Wow. Joan of Arc is here as well. Beautiful artwork. It says, voice of truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Okay, so it's focusing on your purpose, going beyond something that fears you, going beyond the thing that holds you back, understanding that moving through it and the things that you will reach behind there is where you're supposed to go. Beautiful. Okay, with the Two of Swords as well, This is not a moment where someone can shows up and says, "Oh yes, of course, like take this. It's totally fine. You can do it." It's like no. Even though the odds look against me, even though people kind of telling me, and speak it to me from their own fear, I just feel guided that I should do it. It's you coming out of your headspace. If you making a clear decision, it's you taking a leap of faith. It's you moving forward on that plan, or taking, like I said, that leap of faith, basically. And from there, things are growing because you're meant to work through something, but you're not getting the recognition to actually go forward. But you feel guided to do it regardless. Sorry, I just need to drink my tea, otherwise it gets cold. And it's a yes. You get a yes. So from above, you are getting all the green lights and all the, the guidance to go for it. That's why you feel strongly that you should. But then your mind comes up and says, says all these things like, should I, shouldn't I, all of that. Because it's a lot of go back and forth. But you got to trust your intuition. Because from the 3D world right now, you're only going to get fear, and delays. And only reasons why you shouldn't. But they want you to move beyond the fear, focus on your purpose. Why is it you want it, not how? Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to try? Why do you want to call that person? Why do you want to reach out? Why do you want to do it? What's your intention with it? Focus on your purpose and stand strong in that. They say be bold and make the first move. So it's you making the first move and the rest will follow. It's a very powerful message. Beautiful. It's going against the odds. That is Aries for you. Going against the odds. I'm doing it anyway. Oh yes, cute, but no, I'm gonna do it anyway. That's Aries. Alright. I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden I'm having this rash energy. I don't know if you can see if it's red or not. But I've heard people about it. I've actually mentioned it in readings before for this month, but it's just part of the energy right now. I normally don't do new moon and full moon readings because I'm a Cancer, like sun and rising, and yeah, often I get very affected by the moon. I'm very sensitive to the energy. But I just felt something different. I'm also cardinal because I'm a Cancer, so I like cardinal moon energy. All right. Just double check. All right. Yes, I see it, Yvonne. Thank you so much. I put your name on the list. You can send me your question. You can send me your question in here so I can get to it. Because you're first up tonight. And Leah, if you would like a reading, the information, because it's your first time joining me, the information is in the description box. It goes through a donation through PayPal. And if you really don't have access to PayPal, a super chat is also available, but it's like my, second option basically. So you can just click on the link and it will take you to the PayPal page, and I will get it, and then I'll put your name on the list and I'll do a reading for you. That's kind of sort of how it works. All right. Oh, and by the way, for everyone who's watching this afterwards, who are watching right now, I'm now moving on to the personal readings part of this reading. So, yes, if you only were here for the general pick a card reading for the new moon in Aries, then thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to stay and to listen and to, join us in the chat. That you're more than welcome to stay, okay? Let me see. Your meeting with some for vacation. Oh, that's so nice. All right, let me see. It's so nice that you're gonna meet your son again. On the side, Caribbean side of the island, a calling to move, look for an apartment there. Yeah. Well, I guess definitely, because right now you still are going through that phase where you're really focused and really drawn towards your writing, and I think anything that can support that in any shape, way, shape, or form will definitely be beneficial. And you already are being so guided. So, like I said, anything that connects to that context, sorry, is definitely divinely guided. But what's the hesitation? Because, like, I don't know, maybe you don't like to move. Yes, Sarah. Yes, the list is still open and available. And thank you, Leah. I'll keep an eye out on it. I'm just first going to focus on Yvonne. So how have you been for the rest, Yvonne? Been good? All right, so the card study came through. So you see like all these books here as well. Beautiful. It's like you writing all those books, and you know they just come to you, and like every book you transform to a new level. You go from the caterpillar into the butterfly. So it's an energy I'm feeling. They're saying spirit has its own way, special way, sorry, of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and to learn, whether it's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an important opportunity to expand your mind. Yes. So, definitely, I'm sensing that it's connected to like the way that there's some fear or some boundaries towards moving and towards being flexible with that. Um, and I feel like that there's that energy of doing the old things in a new way. So there is some change when it comes to that as well. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, thank you, Kayla. I'll check PayPal in a little bit, and I'll put your name to the list. Okay, let's see what else coming in. Okay, within the next few months, yeah. So within the next few months, I'm sensing that you're becoming more and more open and flexible, but also there will be a lot more things clearer, made clearer to you. So I think that maybe you should first, exactly like you meeting your son for a vacation, and I think from there as well, something will get removed, like some level of blockage that will get removed, and you will start to see things clearer, and also something will pop up. So I feel like in the next few months, some great opportunity when it comes to moving and things like that will come towards you, or there will be some answers around your house and in the environment. So within the next few months, you will start to get a lot more clarity around that. Here we have Paul, except again. We had this before. I feel also during one of your readings. It says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Beautiful. Wow. That's just beautiful. What else is coming in for Yvonne right now? You're a little bit in your headspace at this time. Look at that. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Content. Good. Yeah. The King of Swords with the 4 of Wands. With the beautiful Empress. Okay. Okay, so I'm sensing that you're moving, you will move to a location where you will embrace your feminine energy more. You will allow your feminine energy to come through more, because I'm sensing that the house where it is right now, you could get comfortable, but yes, there are certain things, because it's like the 9, not the 10, but there's too much of a masculine input from that energy, and I'm sensing that a new home, like a move and things like that, will definitely open up your feminine more, but like in a very strong, beautiful way. But you have an open heart. I'm sensing your heart is reopening much more, connected to that space, and that will definitely call in a lot more emotional fulfillment, but also an emotional experience. So there's where the creative energy flow comes in more and more once again. So this could also be a short-term move. It doesn't have to be like a long-term. It could definitely be like, you know, having a combination of something. So like I said, in the next few months, it will come and show itself. Queen of Cups with the Knight of Swords. Two of Wands. Yes. Justice. Beautiful. Page of Wands. Yeah. There's still some new cycles that are starting, and it's an ongoing process, what I'm hearing. But I am sensing that a couple things that you needed to unlock in yourself, and again, I'm getting an energy like removing barriers, removing bells, removing it, but not trying to rush through that, but allowing that to just take place naturally by constantly focusing on, okay, I'm doing this, I'm used to doing it this way. Is there another way that I can look up and try it differently? If you open up your energy towards that, things are starting to flow in more easily, and also will feel and connect better to you, because yeah, the Four of Wands is here as well. So I love that. I hope that that is connected to you at this time, Yvonne. See anything else? Yeah, they're saying take time to breathe out. Take time to breathe out. Because I'm sensing that this will be a period of time where you take things in, you take an experience in, you take a meeting in, you take, you know, energy in, but it's also important to allow things to come out. It's a very natural, like good balance between the intake and the out breath, the in breath and the out breath. So I'm sensing the ties coming in and the ties releasing. So it's about taking things in and releasing things. It's about doing new things, like doing all things in a new way and releasing the old way, but still doing the things taken in a new way, releasing the old way. So that's a season that I'm seeing for you coming up. Just trying to take things in. And then by taking things in, because it really is about that, you want and feel naturally to release other ways and other things, because I'm sensing there's still some coping mechanisms going on. But like I said, you're ascending to a higher level when it comes to that, and it's very beautiful, it's very powerful. I hope that's, yeah, like I said, that you will see like opportunities will come to you in the next few months when it comes to that. But it's a house, like I said, that will you will start embracing your feminine energy more and more in that house. That's what I'm saying. That house will definitely connect you to opening up your heart. Like, you know, it's like it's a lot more open energy. So that's what I'm sensing. What that the house will do for you. So I'm gonna get one more card on that. Yeah, the High Priestess. I'm sensing as well, it's a home that you can really, like, it has a lot of potential. Like, it has a lot of potential to really make your own. Like, this has for example, if you need like a windows with some view and things like that, it will have like really big windows with the view. It's like it benefits you in multiple ways. It's what I'm sensing. But they also really want me to like sort of hold back on this, because they want you to naturally connect to that, as you already know. That goes because you're being guided, and it's just reassurance. The high priestess, you will choose it with heart and soul, and you know when it's the right one. So like I'm sensing that. Yeah, that's beautiful though. You are hesitant about leaving it behind. I am sensing that. Definitely your masculine really wants to hold on to it. So I'm sensing that maybe there might be a extra addition, coming to it. Yeah. It will be like an extra addition to maybe this yellow home. That's all I'm saying, because I'm not allowed to say it too much. Okay? They want me to just guide you towards it. So that's what I'm doing. All right. So thank you so much, Yvonne. I hope that everything is going well with the books and the writing and everything, and the publishing. Like, you're starting to feel comfortable with the choices you have to make in the near future around that. And of course, say hi to your son, and I hope you have an amazing time together. Just take it all in, the experiences, sorry. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. All right. Let me just see, because I'm just quickly gonna make my list. I have Kayla and Leah, and then I have Sarah. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm just double checking. Yes. Kayla, Leah, and Sarah. All right. So first up is Kayla. Let me double check. Oh, you sent your question through PayPal. Okay, I'm gonna check it. All right. Let's tune into that situation for you. All right. Yes. Okay, Kayla, I hope you're in the chat right now. Okay, so I am sensing that one sec. I'm tuning in just a little bit longer. Okay, so what I'm sensing when it comes to this long distance connection is that the distance actually is providing a deeper level of connection and commitment, even though the distance can be the one that separates you physically, but it kind of brings you together spiritually. But it also holds you back on making next steps, move and decisions, because I feel like there's a lot of in between decision making. The thing is that if you're investing time and energy, together, and you communicate, because you just, when you are long distance, you have to connect, in different ways, and just coming over, watch a movie, like that. You kind of have to either do it through Skype or call, or stay up to date in any other sort of way, send each other, you know, photos, this is what I have for dinner or whatever, you know. Like you kind of have to take someone in your day in a different way, and that sometimes can feel like that distance is kind of keeping you apart. But I am sensing that kind of also has brought you together, and has also flourished certain things within the both of you, because there was this distance, there was also this time. But I am sensing with the Seven of Pentacles as well, it's like you invest a lot, but you don't really see like how is this going to work out long term. How is this all my work that I'm putting in this garden, how is this actually going to provide my food? You know, like I'm seeing some things flourish, but I'm not really seeing anything edible over here just yet, you know. So it is a difficult connection, because I'm sensing like it's either on your end or their end. You know, it's like this, not really completely grounded in what you want just yet. I'm sensing that's very, you know, like still in like the developing phase. Like I still have this what I want to do, and I want to, you know, have that I want to do, and all of that. But can I do it, and do, can I make any decisions? It's almost like you kind of have to keep things up in the air in order to, you know, kind of wait it out. What is this situation going to bring? Not having the answers is kind of, you know, making you uncertain. So I have the Page of Pentacles here with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Swords. King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and a Knight of Cups. So I'm sensing there is this balance that is, one sec, one more card, please. Yeah, okay, so what it is with this connection, it has potential. Once again, you know, it has potential, but it is important to not let it get into a phase where things are just the way they are. And I'm sensing it's either from your end or their end, because it's like very mingled in with one another, because I'm sensing you kind of have both similar things you do, but then on the opposite sides. So with this, it's kind of like there's still a lot of things you might want to do when you want to build, and you have like this future vision when it comes to things you want to do for you, separated from a relationship, separated from building a family, starting a family, whatever. Like you have goals, you have things you want to do. But I am sensing that when you are kind of saying, okay, this is what I want, this is what my expectations are, and I'm not gonna, you know, go behind that. Or below that, because I'm not accepting that, then I'm sensing that then they step up, because then you go from the page, you kind of give like, you know, it's like, this is my limit, this is what I need, this is, you know, hello, you know, like that. And you're standing with that firmly, with the Queen of Swords firmly, and then all of a sudden you have the page to the King of Cups, the Three of Cups with the Knight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. It sounds like there's like this third energy involved. There's this third. And this could be as like a cat or a dog, or, you know, a mother archetype that is connected to not being able to make the move quickly, you know, because things have to just sort of work together. So that's an energy that I'm sensing. But when it comes to this, it's like there is a balance between going out with friends and doing all the things you do, because, you know, you live long distance. So when you're not together, of course, you know, you have more time for family and friends and things like that. But when you are together, it's also really like together. You know, when you are spending time together, whether it's there face to face or it's on the phone or whatever, it's like really you are there, and you're both offering that. But where it's going in the future, you know, it has potential. But like I said, you know, when it comes to a relationship, there's a lot of there's free will involved, you know. So I see a pattern though. Yeah, so there is a new chapter coming in. was a little loud. Yeah, so there is a new chapter coming in, definitely, because the way that it has been going, I don't think, yes, Jamie, I am, the way that it has been going in the long term on your end, I'm sensing that it's like you're just not it's not cutting it, you know, like long term, basically. Like you kind of want a future perspective of like, where is this going? You're already asking me that question. It's like, I'm not sure where this is going. But I am sensing that more and more you're standing firmly in like, okay, these are my expectations. This is kind of what I want. Can we make this work or not? Because I'm not sensing you begging down for a very long time of like, okay, I'm willing to sacrifice this and I'm willing to sacrifice that because, you know, the long distance. No, I'm sensing that it's either commitment or not, and you will get to that point. So I think that's just very important, because you need to know what your needs are and your expectations, and from that space you can either, you know, get them provided by your partner, or, you know, give the needs your partner have, like provide towards their needs. So it's important to know. But I'm sensing from there, and it's just like more of like a sort of wishy-washy sometimes, like, you know, seems stable, but is it? Yeah, exactly. But that's important that you stick with that, because there's a lesson for you involved as well. Is that no matter how many excuses there are, it doesn't take away that you have a limited amount of needs and they should be met. And if they're not met, then they're just really not met, regardless of the situation. And then you love yourself enough to say, enough is enough. This is my limit. Are you willing to reach this or not? Okay, no. Then this is my decision, because I cannot go below this bar, you know. Yeah. And it's hard, you know, it is hard. But there's this level of disconnect sometimes that you're feeling when they are with the friends and the family and, you know, doing all the things that they do. Yeah. And then they bring a cup to you. And it's a nice cup. But I still like feel like an outside energy coming through. But you know what to do. You know what to do. So follow your own intuitive wisdom when it comes to that, but also tuning into like, okay, what are you expecting to grow from the time and energy that you are investing? What would you like to see growing in that garden? And also focus on the things that the distance are actually providing, and the positive side towards it, basically. And it's totally okay if you come at one point to a point like, you know what, I'm not a person for a long distance relationship. I don't flourish in those, and it has nothing to do with the person, but it's just something that I just simply I'm just not thriving in, and it kind of just, you know, takes away more than it brings me. Then that's a realization that you have. Some people thrive in long distance relationship because they love the, you know, the freedom and the idea of, when we are together we spend time together, when we're apart we're just our own individual, and that's what they thrive on. And it's totally personal. It's nothing personal in the sense of against someone else or there's anything wrong with it, but it's important that you know that about yourself. Or maybe you are a long distance relationship person, but not for a longer period of time. Yeah, exactly. And it should. And it should. And it should be brought with actions, not with expressions of feelings. It's not like, you know, it's like when they do something and they give you a rose, that's an action. You know, they go and go buy the rose, or they order the rose, and then you have a rose in your house, in your hands, in your life. It's there. You know, it's an action. But the thing is that when it comes to taking action and reciprocation of it, it's like, okay, I take in what you're saying and I'm willing to change my behavior. That's my action I'm willing to put on it. That's the action and the effort that I'm putting into this situation, instead of just giving you something to fill up the void that you're feeling for me lacking in the things that you're needing from me. You know? That's just the thing. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. I totally agree upon that. Because you deserve that, but also the connection deserves that. And the thing is that when you start noticing it, and you start changing the way you love, because then it's equal. When you start to hold back on the things that you normally would love to do, because you're like, you know, if I do too much and, you know, it's not equal anymore, you're not with the right person. Yes, I am, Jamie. I am. Well, at least I think I am. Let me just check. Yes, I am. All right. All right. So I hope that that was helpful for you. I am definitely going to give you one more spirit message. Here we go. Once again, it comes through. It's from the third deck. It's funny because the other reading I just did, the other one from the pick a card reading came up, you know? It's never a coincidence. They say, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Voice of truth. Voice of truth. Can never go wrong with the voice of truth. Even if it's not the most popular thing to do. If it's true, if it's honest, if it's connected to what you feel guided to share, stand strongly in that, Kayla. You got that. Very strong. You have that voice of truth, like you have that sword of truth. The Queen of Swords is somewhere in you hiding. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Thank you for that. All right, so I'm going to move forward with Leah. Leah, are you in the chat right now? You already sent me a question. Let me read it. All right. So let's see, because you know you are a Leo. I love that. So your ninth house and your third house activated, but during this new moon, it's your ninth house. So that's something that you can definitely expect to develop. Feeling guided to like getting intrigued by things, getting intrigued maybe by like old type of ways of music making and old types of writing, or maybe when it comes to like old art or like ancient culture things. Like all of a sudden you might find yourself intrigued by certain things, and that will inspire you. You will take out inspiration by stepping into sort of unknown territory for you when it comes to music, when it comes to your writing. And it's like you take things in because you kind of get intrigued by them, and then you stumble into something else. You're like, oh, this is also interesting. Oh, let me look at that. Let me just read this, or let me just listen to that. Like, oh, that's interesting. Like, that's an energy that I'm sensing. I love that, though. I definitely love that. And you have like this muse energy around you. So I don't know if you have this muse energy that people pick up on. So people might have told you that before, like you're such a muse or something like that. You are my muse. And or maybe you have a muse, like you just have something. It could even be like this image or something. It's like, oh, it's so intriguing, it's so inspiring. Like that's what I'm sensing. But it's like true working with other people as well, because you also have the third house, of course, activated as well. And that's kind of what I'm sensing there. You know, you end up jamming or just, you know, creating something with other people, even if it's on an online platform, and you get intrigued and you start to get going. But it's like a small group of people like that kind of are sort of like-minded. It's very important that they kind of have this similar thought process, even if they are completely different when it comes to the way, you know, your age and all of that. It's not about this. It's about the mind and the soul-to-soul connection and the inspiration that comes from that. So it will flow like a river. Flow, flow, flow. That's what I'm hearing, and I'm very hype. I'm sorry, but it's the answer I'm getting. So it's really good. If I get this hype, ooh, something in the air. Let's see. They say if you believe, and yes. So say yes. Say yes to things. You know, if you have this, you have the sun and the moon, the opposite. Sun and the moon. You know, you can see the positive of things, that's you. And you have the lower aspect of that. So what do you want to reflect back to yourself? It's super, it's like you believing in yourself, and it's almost like that inner connection. It's like you feel that way and you send that energy out, and the energy comes right back to you. So being very conscious about that basically, and work with that energy. It makes me excited. I haven't had this much energy all day. So thank you for that, Leah. I appreciate that. Maybe I should do a reading for you more often. Beautiful. Okay. It's also when you go a little bit away, because there's something, you know, when it comes to creative um, creative sites and things like that, the moment where you start, for example, you know, I'm just using an example, you become financial depending on the art. Of course, that's sometimes inevitable, and sometimes it's totally doable and combinable, is what I'm hearing. Interesting. But at the same time, it kind of takes you out of the flow, because sometimes when you have like a lot of financial things coming up, you might start to create or do things because, you know, you have financial responsibilities, and it takes a little bit away from that space where normally there will be this creativity. Then, so I am sensing that you are doing the things that are serving you on multiple levels. So you have this side of you who like really gets into the thing, like when it's music time, when it's creating time, it's creating time, and that's the only thing that's on your mind, and you don't want the pressure of the world around it. You just want it to be free. And that's an energy I'm sensing with the Emperor and the King of Swords. This is an energy definitely you have within you. You can make things work. You have the ability to build empires and all of that. But sometimes it's hard to combine the two. Sometimes it's hard to be inside your energy flow, almost like the Pisces energy, right? Like you go into the ocean, into the depth, you create, and then you come back out on the surface. But it's hard to combine the two at times. I'm sensing that. Right, let me see. That card, yeah, transformation. So okay, good. Beautiful. Ooh. I love how that one jumped. It went all the way to the back. Let me see. It's the Queen of Wands. Okay, I will grab her later on. It's the Queen of Wands, of course. Okay, so basically all is well in the land of the feminine is what I'm hearing. It's all about the feminine. It's like it's all about the feminine. Look at that. The King of Wands came in reversed. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful because what you are releasing is the view that it has to, you know, have this much revenue on this should be that, and it should be liked by this person, or it should be noticing by that. It's too much. Like you're just taking it all away because your feminine is stepping in, and your feminine, like it's an internal source of inspiration, love, flow of creativity, and you're just going with the flow. You're not allowing your masculine to step into the way and to tell you that no, we shouldn't do this, you know, even though I kind of like it, but I shouldn't do that. Like it's no. That's an idea I'm saying. So there is this moment where you break away, and it's also where writer block and stuff comes from. Your writer block comes from your masculine. Your feminine is very powerful, very strong. So try and stay in connection with the feminine as much as possible. This is your strength position. The one that comes up with creative ideas and solutions to things and things like that, and also that unlocks your intuition, and through your intuition you create. Very divinely guided with the Empress as well. The Eight of Pentacles, when you're in your space creating, that's where this beautiful Empress energy comes through, and you have the Emperor as well. So I don't know who's next to you right now, or will come in the future, but that person is definitely in alignment with you. So there is a person on your pathway, and but it's also your masculine and your feminine aligning. But it is something that someone that's coming either on your pathway is already there, but because they don't want me to focus on that too much. But I'm just letting you know between the between the lines, basically. Look at that, the Fool. Yes, I love that. It's like we're removing the King of Swords, and we adding a little bit of that magical Star and the Fool energy. Wow. Like I said, you will be divinely guided because of that 9th and 3rd house energy. And it's just about, why not? Why not try it? Why not do it? You're feeling so much more free. You're removing yourself from that heavy energy. Beautiful. So that's what's coming up next few months. Don't worry too much, but also when you notice that you're getting stagnant in the creative flow and stuff like that, connect to your feminine. And there are 100 ways to connect with your feminine, but you have to listen to your own feminine, like how you connect to her. And when you feel her, feel that energy, rushing through your veins, what I'm hearing. Interesting way to putting it, but that's what I think it is about the veins, because you have, you're Leo. So, oh, okay. Very similar, very similar energy, but you kind of mirror each other as well. But damn, you are definitely a goddess and an empress, and you have so much ability within you. So you will create beautiful things. A real muse, okay? I love that. I love this energy. Whew. Well, thank you, Leah, for letting me read for you once again. Most energy I felt in the entire day. But yeah, for that you are a Leo. You can only can only be the sun if you are a Leo. Which deck do you mean? Oh, I'm so glad you came. You finally caught me live, Leah. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. It also means a lot to me, honestly. Trust me. So, thank you. Keep on creating, because that's where you've been, put on earth for. Okay. Let me see. Up next on my list is Sarah. Let me check if you send me your message here. Thank you. I love that you are from Italy. Yes, I hope so as well. I mean, for us, it's a little late, It's Europe. Okay, so Sarah, I am reading your question here over on paper. You would like to know about feelings and intentions. Alright, let's tune in. Let me see. Sarah, are you in the chat right now? I'm just waiting for it to get in. All right. Okay. Yes, Archie girl, definitely. Which deck were you talking about, by the way, Merlin? This one is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Okay, Modern Witch Tarot deck. One of my favorite decks, actually, to be honest. This one is the Angel Answer card deck. I'm just doing a little. The Angel Answer card deck. Okay, this is with the answers. So all kinds of answers. You can focus on a question and then you get a card. I'm of course using the Moonology deck, which is connected to the moon. That's what I'm using tonight. And I am always using lately. Oh my god, I all of a sudden forgot. No, I do know. I know. Okay, Keepers of the Light Oracle. I'm sorry. For some reason I forgot. Which is a very actually affordable deck as well. So this is definitely one if you just want an Oracle card deck. This is definitely a good one to start off with. Keepers of the Light Oracle by Carl Gray. He actually made a lot of decks. So one of my newest decks actually, and I really enjoy using them. They're super soft in the energy to use. So they always go really well with other Oracle cards. They go well with tarot. It's like, I really love using them during my reading. So just a little side note, okay? For people who are interested in that. Okay, so I'm waiting for Sarah, but sometimes there is a delay in the chat. So it might be that you already are trying to send me messages, Sarah. But I'm just gonna go into your reading. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what I'm sensing when it comes to this energy is that there's this moments of I'm hearing like blackouts, like almost like there's no communication, there's no answer, there's no phone call, there's no nothing, and then all of a sudden it just comes out. Okay, this is a really weird image that they show me, which I'm not gonna go into deeply about. So this is the way that I'm just gonna explain it. Here we have the Ten of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. This is too much work for too little, result. It's too much. So I'm sensing that on your end, Sarah, it might just a little bit too much to carry, or it's a lot of overthinking involved, and the results and the physical aren't really anything that comes in alignment with the amount of work that it costs. Okay, so the Page of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, let me just quickly check if you're here. What sort did you use for Leah? Eight of Pentacles looks like an artist. Yes, she came out again here. It's an illustrator, I believe. Well, at least that's what I like to believe. Sometimes I'm thinking like, she's like creating new tarot decks. That's the Eight of Pentacles. So that's the Modern Witch tarot deck. Okay, so let's move forward. I am sensing that this person that you're asking about, Sarah, is definitely sort of a person who's like in the beginning stages of multiple areas of their life. So when they go into that blackout, almost like, the slow moving of communication and stuff like that, it's because they have their energy elsewhere. I'm not sensing into another person. I'm not sensing they have like extreme bad intentions, but I'm sensing that there's just a lot of areas in their life that are also pulling at their energy and pulling at their focus and pulling at them. So, and they also feel drawn towards it because they have like these ambitions and things like that. And a lot of areas in their life is still like in the beginning phase and is trying to make things up, work, so it's not something personal is what I'm feeling, but it's up to you whether you feel that is giving you the level of contentment or not. I'm sensing with that Two of Swords, in order for you to feel content when it comes to this connection, you have to neglect your own intuitive wisdom, and that's not a good position to be in. But at the same time, when you are in your mind and when you are overthinking a situation, and you're neglecting that it kind of takes you away from the Knight of Cups as well. The Strength card is here to tell you that. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest because I'm sensing an obstacle on your end. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying when it comes to this connection and the way you feel about it sometimes, and about the person and the way you're doubting the connection, is because you have the tendency to overthink situations and sometimes, you know, reflect them back up on your own self-worth. I'm sensing that when it comes to your self-worth and you loving yourself and know that you are lovable and that you are worthy and all of the things, sometimes you might, you know, lack a little bit in that area, and it makes you feel insecure. And that's why when it comes to him, you know, focusing on their own thing, it could feel like he is withdrawing its energy from you, when that's not really the truth. It is rejecting, like retreating its energy from you, but not against you, in the sense of it's just because there are other things in his life that are taken in a focus. So I'm sensing there's also a lesson for you in it, that you embrace this Nine of Cups and this Strength card, knowing that you are good enough. You're not, when you are getting the communication and things like that, then it's just that. It's not like that's the moment where you feel better about yourself, or where you feel seen and worthy and things like that. It's like you send out this energy. Yeah, that's just, you know, it's not easy to put it in a right way. I'm not saying, like, once again, it's nothing is like your fault or that you're doing anything wrong. I'm just sensing that there's a level of insecurity for you that you will benefit from, just for you and your life and your happiness, to embrace yourself, to love yourself, you know, just a little bit more. But I'm sensing that you're doing that because it's not a nice feeling to have that, because it's also like it's stuff you keep to yourself. You're not completely open and honest about that either, because, you know, you feel like you can't really share that side, you know. The Lovers and the Seven of Pentacles with the Emperor. Yeah. So what you're gaining from this connection is definitely something beyond a relationship and the 3D perspective when it comes to things like that. I'm sensing, sorry, that it has to do more with, like, it also is teaching you to put yourself first, to love yourself first, to be verbal about your needs and about what you want and what your expectations are, in order for you to feel comfortable from a healthy space. And I'm sensing that there is willingness to offer you that, you know, with the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. I'm not sensing the intentions are bad. I'm just sensing that when it retreats and sort of like a blackout, you know, it's because they're focused on building something up, but it's also because it wants to provide it to, you know, the people in the person's life. So yeah, there will be some in the near future, there will be some decisions made when it comes to moving forward, or actually, you know, is this something that we both want and things like that. So there will be some communication, but it's you coming out of this energy of the Ten of Swords, and you're kind of only showing two. You know, if something is affecting you, to learn to be open about that, and to be honest about it, because you're worthy of expressing your feelings and your emotions. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're only showing two, they will approach your situation from 2 swords, when actually those are 10, you know? So that's what I'm sensing. I hope that, you know, connects to you, makes sense to you. Yeah, with the Fool as well. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna pick up one more oracle card for you. You already know the answers you seek. Trust what you know. That's what I was talking about in the beginning as well. Trust what you know. Don't neglect your own intuitive wisdom when it comes to things like this. Trust what you know. You already know the answers that you are seeking. Trust what you know. All right. Thank you so much, Sarah, for letting me read for you. I'm sending you a big hug. You got this. And love yourself, you know. Embrace yourself, because anyone would be lucky to like have you. Okay? I'm just saying now. But this energy is too expensive. All right. Last one for tonight is Jamie. Jamie, could you send me your question in the chat? Yes. All right. Great. Okay. You could send me your question, or did you already do that? No. Okay. Okay. Okay, it just came in. I have info on a panel of 2 people. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's tune in. Okay, so what I am sensing with this is that you got certain things off your chest as well. Like, I'm sensing that you came forward with an energy of like your heart chakra energy. You know, it's like certain things you're either like passionate about, or that you have a certain understanding on, and like knowledge and things like that. It's like I'm sensing that that was something that was well received. I'm hearing like, you know, I just don't want to over explain myself. That's an energy that I'm sensing, but don't doubt that too much. But are you sure that you want that position? I'm just asking you, okay? I needed to ask you that question. Like, are you sure you want that position? Yeah. Okay, so what else that I'm picking up on right now is that definitely down the line, like, your hard work will pay off. Okay, so it's like it will be bringing like a level of contentment, but also like stability and things like that. Yeah. Okay, because I was sensing something around it, Jamie. Let's see if there's some flexibility when it comes to that. Yeah, they are saying that definitely like tune into yourself, like how much it's there are like more. Okay, that's the way they want me to put it. They say invest in what in the long term can bring you great beneficial and like a long term results and success. So the first thing what you're saying as well, like you have school, and that is something that will take you to a next level. So I'm sensing that this will be an in between phase for you. And so it should serve you instead of take from you, and you kind of have to dance around that. And that's an energy that I'm sensing. So King of Pentacles, like don't underestimate the opportunities that are out there for you. So it's important to look around and take it all in to see like what fits best for you right now. Something should fit you, because I'm sensing like there are enough opportunities if you're willing to open up your energy towards them. Because I'm sensing there's a little bit more like putting them on a higher pedestal or something like that. So you have to get the job. No, they have to get you. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's just the way that I put it. With the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Cups, yeah, it's like um, things shouldn't like take too much energy from you. Things should motivate you in an energy as well, and it should bring you more than just some, you know, income. It should offer you more. That's something that I'm sensing very strongly with the Four Swords Judgment, Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. I am definitely sensing that this is a part of a test that you're passing, and you will get like benefit from that, like passion and inspiration, and you know the Ten of Cups here, so emotional fulfillment with the Judgment. You're being applauded for learning a lesson, ending a cycle. I'm sensing that has to do with not neglecting the things that you need, you know. Yeah, well, exactly. Well, if they are flexible according to the company, then that's good. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it shouldn't neglect the shouldn't take away from the focus that you should have on, you know, your school and the things you're doing on the side. And also it shouldn't take away from your energy levels too much, okay? If it takes away your inner peace, it's too expensive. If it takes away your focus, it's too expensive. So if the hours are flexible, you can make it work. Six of Swords, yeah, you can come to an agreement when it comes to things like that. But stand firmly in that. Don't neglect that side of yourself. If you do that, you will definitely be rewarded, because you are passing tests when it comes surrounding your income and your business and things like that. You're passing tests at this time. Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of opportunities out there. Okay. Oracle card for you. Inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Recognize that you hold the power. You hold the power. Like I said, they have to work to get you, not the other way around. And then they say, trusting heaven. You are safe and angels stand close. And surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Surrender your concerns, which are like not your concerns, okay? And a miracle will occur. So, but inner strength, move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power, okay? You hold the power in this situation. You need to figure out, okay, this will fit with me, this doesn't, and communicate it and let them provide your needs, because if once you commit to doing the job, you will do a great job. You know, but it should also be comfortable for you, Jamie. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful for you. The outcome does look very emotionally, you know, like content, basically, in a good way. You feel emotionally connected to it, so that's good. Like in a positive way. All right, Jamie, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Let me know how everything is going. All right, everybody, that was the last reading for tonight, I think. Let me just double check. Yes, it is. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything. Happy new moon in Aries. And write down, your new moon affirmations around this one, because this is the first new moon of the zodiac. So let's just set these intentions right for this next year. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I will be back soon. I will come live, I think, again this weekend. So if you miss me, then I will be back. Okay. Mwah. Bye, guys. Thank you.